Welcome back to the Print 3D channel and another episode of the Weekend Print. On this episode of the Weekend Print, we're going to check out Plunderbuss Pete. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me here on the Weekend Print. Since I have a gCreate gMax 1.5 XT Plus, I like to print things pretty big. And when I saw Plunderbuss Pete up on Thingiverse, I knew this was one of the things we were going to print really big. The filament we are using for this print is Shaxon's PLA in the color of white. I just finished the benchie and it turned out great, so I know it's going to look awesome on Pete. So let's head over to Thingiverse and download our model, blow it up as big as we can in Slicer, and get it ready for printing on the gMax 1.5 XT Plus. Okay, so here we are at Thingiverse. Here is Plunderbuss Pete. This looks awesome. I'll put the link down below in the description so you guys can download and print this yourself. We're going to blow this up about 350% so we can print it as big as possible on the gCreate gMax 1.5 XT Plus. So let's go ahead and download this thing and head over to Slicer, blow it up as big as we can, and get it ready for printing. Okay, so here we are in Slicer. I went ahead and dropped down the model, and we're going to go ahead and scale this up to 350%. All right, that looks pretty awesome. Let's check out my print settings. Okay, for this print, we're going to use a 0.16 layer height with a 0.28 first layer height with 3 perimeters, 4 top layers that are solid, and 4 bottom layers that are solid. We're going to do 20% infill. My skirt and brim has been reduced down to 8 millimeters just to make room on the print bed because this is going to be a big print. And we're not going to run support material because I'm confident this will print out just fine. My filament settings are 212 and 214. I noticed with the white filament, it likes to run a little bit hot, so we're going to go with that. All right, so we have our model here at 350%. I would click on the preview button, but I know Slicer will most likely crash trying to slice this model up. So let's just export the G code and head over to the gMax 1.5 XT Plus and get this printing. Okay, so I have the G code loaded up on the SD card. Let's go ahead and fire up the printer and load up our Shaxon PLA in the color of white. I'll set up a time-lapse camera and I'll see you guys on the other side. Okay, so here we are just over 31 hours later, and we have Plunderbuss Pete. He is just over 14 inches tall. It looks awesome. I can't believe how this turned out. There was a layer shift in the middle of the model well, about 3/4 of the way up. It's very significant, you can see it. I'll put some close-ups in at the end. What I believe happened was we had a tangle in our spool filament, and that happens on occasion. But I was just going to let it print because this is just so cool. I could not believe how awesome this turned out. His coat is just flowing out the back. It looks so cool. His sword, his foot up on the rocks look so great. His face is super detailed. I'll put some close-ups in at the end so you guys can really check this out. But it looks awesome. I can't believe how great this turned out. Again, we had some weird spiking issue with the filament. I wasn't here to witness it, so I don't know what happened, but it stopped doing it. But these just rub right off. That's not a big deal. You can shake these out. This turned out great. I can't wait to start painting it and detailing it and really bringing out the life of Plunderbuss Pete. And once again, the gCreate gMax 1.5 XT Plus performed perfectly. So thank you for joining me here on the Weekend Print. Please subscribe to the channel, comment and like on those videos, and join me again on the very next episode of the Weekend Print. This looks awesome. So happy with this model.